What's up, everybody? 32 Icon here. I hope that you guys are doing well. I'm doing well myself. Please go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't already. In good faith that I will continue bringing you great content. So I want to talk to you about my experience taking my basic pistol course. And that was about 2 years ago. I took the course. And one of the things that I've learned over time of 2 years of having my CCW license is that your course does not prepare you to effectively and safely carry a firearm. Okay? So if you're new, you're watching this channel, again, I'm not a firearms instructor. I'm just the typical woman on YouTube talking about firearms and my experience with those firearms, okay? So take what I say with a grain of salt, but this is my experience, okay? So I've learned very quickly after that class that I didn't know everything I needed to know in terms of carrying a firearm. Now, they taught me some basic stuff about, how to handle a firearm, the different parts of a firearm. They taught me double action, single action versus striker fire versus revolver, castle doctrine in Connecticut. Connecticut is a retreat state, things of that nature. And so the course was supposed to be about 8 hours. For whatever reason, it ended in about 6 hours. And I also got my Utah permit as well, where I have reciprocity in all but 9 states, I believe. So I don't travel much, so I haven't had to use it, but I think it's all but 9 states. So right after the class, I think it was like maybe the next day or something like that, I went to the range. And I had already done all my research about what gun I wanted to get once I got my license, and I had rested my decision on the HK VP9. And I rented it from the range. I got to the range and I was all over the place. Okay? My bullets were every which way. And that was the first time that I realized, okay, I didn't learn what I needed to learn as far as handling and really carrying a firearm and gun ownership in that basic pistols course. Now, other classes might be designed where you get a little more repetition on different calibers when you're in the class. We just learned the basics, okay? And I'm gonna show you what I mean. Prime example, this is Glock 19, all right? It is empty. I picked up the VP9, and first of all, I held it like this. Now, anyone who knows anything about grip position knows that this is absolutely incorrect, okay? I should be here. But I didn't know that because I wasn't taught that. I was just taught, put the gun in your hand, go forward, and here we go. And this is how it was, right? I didn't know this. So I'm shooting, failure to eject, stovepipes, all that, wondering why nothing is going down range. So then I said, okay, Liv, you obviously need to take some kind of class, get on YouTube, look up some credible instructors and indulge yourself into this realm and figure out what is what. Because if you're carrying a firearm, you need to be prepared. And so I'm making this video because I think that there are several people who are not well equipped to handle firearms, let alone carry them. And when I go to the range, I see men and women, all right, in the ports. You hear them talking, they just got their permit, everything is okay, and they're shooting, everything is done, and then I go and look and they're holstering the gun. And in my mind, I'm blown because I'm like, wait a minute, I was there. There is no way on God's green earth I would have ever, after that first shooting experience, after getting my permit, I would have gone to buy a gun and put it in my holster. There's no way. I knew in that moment something was wrong. I was like, the videos that I watched, there weren't malfunctions on this gun and everything was fine, and they said it was accurate. It was the gun of the year. That was back in 2016. And so I was like, well, maybe it's me, you know, like maybe I'm doing something wrong. And obviously it was me. So imagine if I were to leave that gun range with a gun and a holster, and the person who's selling me the gun, they don't know that I'm ill-equipped to handle it. They're just doing their job as a salesperson. They're selling me something, they're giving me information on it, and I am purchasing it and I'm walking out the door, not knowing that I'm probably hurting myself or someone else by being uneducated and purchasing that firearm. And I just encourage you to make sure that you're equipped and that you have the tools that you need when you finish your basic pistols course and you're going out and thinking about buying a firearm. Now again, I'm not an instructor, okay? I only know what I know, and I have experience of owning firearms and shooting and taking a couple of courses. And in fact, after I went to the range that day and realized that, okay, it's not the gun, it's me, I realized very quickly that I need to take a actual training course, some type of class that will instruct me on how to accurately hold and fire a pistol. So what I did was I researched a range around here that were teaching classes. So I went to the class, and I had already, in the meantime, I had already been looking on YouTube, looking at credible names like Travis Haley, Larry Vickers, and a couple other people that have inspired me. And I'm looking at how they hold the gun, Tatiana Whitlock, okay? And I'm like, okay, so I'm practicing that. I'm doing a couple of things here and there. So when I get to the course, I'm well advanced than the other people in the course. But he told me at the time, so I was holding, remember, I was holding a gun like this. So then after watching a couple of videos, I said, okay, it's supposed to be like this. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's supposed to be like this. And the instructor said, Olivia, you almost got it. Turn that hand, your right hand, more forward and up on the pistol. So then I got it here. Just that little bit of difference from here, and if your hands are sweaty, it slips. So just that little bit of difference from here to here was night and day, right? But I never would have known that had I not taken the course. And so I took like another course here and there, and then I took, I still went online to do some research. And my point is, I knew enough to know that the responsibility is a great one when carrying a firearm. And you putting yourself at risk and you're putting others at risk if you're ill-equipped to do it properly. And I just want to make sure that when you guys are going to classes and you guys are going to the range, that you're being safe, that you're doing the research, that you're educating yourself, and that you are prepared to carry and enjoy all that a firearm has to offer. And it's not just protection. Firearms are fun, they're entertaining, they are a joy to shoot. They are something that you don't play around with, yet you can have fun with them. So listen, again, I'm not a firearms instructor. I'm just trying to share my experiences with you, and I hope that you've learned something from this video. If you have, that's great. If you haven't, then I encourage you to look up some of the names that I've thrown out there that will help you move along in the process, okay? So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Go be great and watch your six. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.